What is going on, Summoners? We're back here today with another Champion Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about Dark Phoenix. So, sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it. Dark Phoenix enters the contest with phenomenal cosmic power, granting her immunity to incinerate, nova flame, and power drain effects. Her ability and combat power rates cannot be reduced by more than 50%. And if any of her personal buffs fail due to ability accuracy reduction, or are removed due to stagger or nullify, they re-trigger as a passive. Now, at the start of each fight, Dark Phoenix gains a 5% safeguard buff for 10.5 seconds. This reactivates every 10 seconds. The damage threshold on this buff is lower when she has class advantage, higher when she's at disadvantage, and cannot be altered by outside sources. This safeguard is removed when the opponent activates a special 3, and, as an attacker, after it reduces damage. When she reaches 5 Ember charges, Safeguard also reduces the potency of incoming damaging effects and power stings from champions by 75%. Speaking of, Dark Phoenix gains Ember charges in different ways throughout the fight. These are indefinite, max out at 15, and increase the potency of her Nova Flame by 20% per charge. But more on those in just a bit. She gains 1 Ember when landing a second medium attack, or when her safeguard prevents damage. She loses 1 when knocked down by a special attack. And, while defending, she gains 5 Embers at the start of the fight. Her heavy attack pulverizes 2 armor effects, dealing a burst of damage and granting 1 Ember per armor removed. Upon reaching 10 Ember charges for the first time each fight, Dark Phoenix gains a Phoenix Rising charge. This is consumed when she would be knocked out, granting an immortality buff for 12 seconds. And when this happens, the opponent is inflicted with a Nova Flame passive for 20 seconds. As a defender, this scales with base attack only. But if suffering from poison when activated, the duration is reduced by 20% per poison active. However, the max reduction from poison inflicted by non-mystic champions caps out at 40%. Additionally, Dark Phoenix passively regenerates health equal to 100% of the energy damage caused while immortal. Now, let's check out her special attacks. Upon finishing her special attacks, Dark Phoenix siphons energy from the Phoenix Force and inflicts the opponent with her Nova Flame after 3 seconds. Striking her during this time disrupts her channeling, reducing the duration of this Nova Flame by 13% per hit. And on activation of the Special 1, she gains an Unstoppable buff for 5 seconds. As an attacker, the duration of this buff is decreased by 5% per Ember charge, excluding any permanent ones. Additionally, she gains 3 Ember charges, and if at 5 or more, she gains a power gain buff granting 15% of her max power over 5 seconds. This maxes out at 2 stacks, and as an attacker, it has its potency increased by plus 10% flat. With the Special 2, on activation, she inflicts a root passive until after the final hit, and gains a non-stacking 30% Fury buff for 35 seconds. This Fury gains plus 30% flat potency per Ember charge. And, as an attacker, at the end of this attack, she consumes half of her Ember charges. The Special 3. At the end of this attack, she gains 3 permanent Ember charges which cannot be removed. She also gains a non-stacking power gain buff, granting 100% of her max power over 30 seconds. Additionally, she inflicts an indefinite Nova Flame passive. These indefinite flames max out at 3 stacks, and, as a defender, scale with base attack only. Now, let's check out her signature ability. When awakened, she lowers the health threshold on her safeguard by up to 60%. She also gains her Phoenix Rising charge at 5 embers while defending. And, while immortal, her special attacks become passively unblockable. Now, let's see those flames in action in the champion rotation. To begin, focus on your medium ending combos to build up your ember charges. Use your special 1 to gain more and take advantage of your power gain to launch another. As you're launching your specials, you'll start to inflict your Nova Flame passives. Continue your medium ending combos as you build your way to your special 2. Then, launch to gain your Fury. But now that you're ramped up, get back to launching your special 1 to stack on those Nova Flames while your Fury boosts up those big yellow numbers. Now, if you're up against a defender with lots of armor ups, take advantage of her Pulverize on her heavy to remove them and gain extra embers. This can speed up your ramp and dish out some extra burst damage, letting you build to that giant Fury a lot faster and melt the opponent with those boosted Nova Flames. And hey, speaking of, her special 3 inflicts permanent Nova Flame, and these can stack up to 3 times. Making those Novas tick for lethal energy damage in longer fights where you're able to launch your special 3s. And don't forget, this is Phoenix after all. That Phoenix Rising charge is great if you happen to mess up and need a second chance, regenerating 100% of the energy damage dealt to the opponent while immortal. So, build up those Novas, and between your immortality and your safeguard, don't be scared to take a little risk. Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Dark Phoenix. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come discuss. And remember, we'll see you in the battle realm.